Black women will have to marry out of the race. And I just want to tell you why, right? But when you factor in unemployable, unemployed, homosexuals, people who stay at home, we could argue it's probably 4 to 10. So with those type of numbers,
plus
incarceration.
Saying that all the black men are gay, all the black men are in jail, it's false. Stop lying. I'm gonna stop right there before I say something crazy.
So I'm not with nobody, cause I don't wanna hurt nobody. Did it over text, didn't call me. Still got love for your mommy. I know you wanna be somebody, even if you gotta leave somebody.
I know y'all see Dr. Umar pop up, and this ties directly into false statistics that's being put out there against black men. Every time we got to deal with something, right? So let's listen to this Dr. Umar clip. He was doing an interview on some show, and the interviewer just spewed off a whole bunch of just foolery about black men and black women. I was like, wow, man, you feel comfortable saying this stuff in public without doing the research. But let's get to it.
Black women will have to marry out of the race. And I just want to tell you why, right? Based on the numbers, I'm pretty sure, it starts off kind of even and around 18. It starts to decline, and around 30, it gets out of hand where we're at, say, 7 to 10, 6 to 10. But when you factor in unemployable, unemployed, homosexuals, people who stay at home, we could argue it's probably 4 to 10. So with those type of numbers,
plus
incarceration. So with those type of numbers, don't you think it's reality for women eventually to look to other races for men, even if you don't condone it? But it just seems like a realistic approach because there's just not enough men. You mentioned polygamy, right? But the only reason with polygamy, due to the income of a lot of black men, I don't know if there'll be enough black men making enough to take care of numerous women, unless you redefine polygamy where the women are taking care of the men. And so weird way, but I want to wish you have that.
Good question. So do black women have to consider dating outside the race since there's not enough men available for them, and the ones who are available want a woman outside of the race?
All right. So y'all heard that foolery. I'm pretty sure that you guys know Dr. Umar's response. He said black women, he doesn't agree that black women need to date outside their race. But that's not the point why I brought it up. We already knew where Dr. Umar was going to land. I wanted to discuss the blatant lies that interviewer just said about black men, as if we're just dog shit out here. So let me pull up what I said in this comment section. I'm pretty sure nobody's going to read it. A couple people saw it and thanked me for putting it out there, but this is what I wrote. Hold on. Let me pull this up for y'all. Because that literally pissed me off. I said, whoever is conducting the interview did not do his research. There's only 1.5% of black people incarcerated. Around 7% identify as homosexual, with more women than men. There's 33% married black men, and that's like 550K more, to 27% of black women married. Black women marry outside of their race at a 7% clip, with 4% married to white men. 93% of black women married to black men. So that debunks what he said about black men wanting women of other races. Jesus, do your research, bro. Like, damn. Black men earn more money, own more homes, and have a lower unemployment rate than black women, as reported on the BLS report 2022 fourth quarter. Black women have more children than black men, and 61% of black men are in the middle class. If this negative propaganda about black men continues to spread, I see why black women think that they're doing so much better than black men. The interviewer should be embarrassed for even phrasing the initial question like that. Lastly, black women have been trying to date outside of their race for years. Go reference Loving versus Virginia. But that will require black women to be better and or compete with the women of other races for their men. And the men haven't bought in yet in mass. Our own men and also women doing this by trying to make black men look bad. But I wanted to dig a little deeper. Pause. In regards to the LGBTQ numbers. We hear this all the time thrown out there. All these black men are gay, and they don't want women. We hear this all the time, right? Am I off on that? So let's get into it. Pause. This is the UCLA School of Law Williams Institute They actually run the numbers for the LGBT statistics. Black LGBT adults in the U.S. There are 1.2 million black adults. That's not black men. It's black adults. Let's go here. The gender divide among black adults is greater for black LGBT adults, as 61% of black LGBT adults are women compared to 56% of non-LGBT adults who are women, right? So black women actually have a higher rate of being LGBT than other races of women. So let me go here. I want to make sure y'all get this breakdown. This is from the Dr. Umar Johnson interview. So if there's 1.2 million black people that identify as LGBTQ, there's 41.6 million black people living in the United States. 1.2 million of that number is 2.88%. 61% of black LGBT community members are black women, which is 5% percentage points higher than non-black women. 61% of 1.2 million comes out to 732,000 women, black women that identify as LGBTQ. 39% of black men identify as LGBTQ. 39% of 1.2 million is 468,000, which is 2.34% of the black male population. So, once again, if you're going to try and use that as a disqualifier by saying all black men are gay, there's literally only 2.34% of black men who identify as LGBTQ. So please, ladies, you're going to have to blame your singleness on something else, because all black men are not gay. All black men are not in prison. I just covered that number. It's about 627,000 black people total that are incarcerated. That comes out to less than 1.5% of the black population. So you're going to have to find something else. Saying that all the black men are gay, all the black men are in jail, it's false. Stop lying. I'm going to stop right there before I say something crazy. But yeah, just be mindful of what you're saying, because you're single because of you.